tactic, ready to kick it off and get this game started. Bringing it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. On first down, here comes this offense. Looking for a man. It's Braxton. On the run, still looking. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
I understand the quarterback wants to get this dominant wide receiver the ball as often as possible, but I wouldn't try to get it to him in double coverage. I think you have to let the defense's coverage dictate who gets the ball. There was somebody else open on that play. Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
The Vols are in the hurry-up.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the first down. Just so hard to defend.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Tosses it incomplete.
Man, you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. Man. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on third, now setting up fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Quarterback moving. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
And I don't know how to explain that. But fourth down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half. I'm not sure what they were thinking on offense.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Running back searching for a hole. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Defense trying to come up with a stop on third and short from the 37. Looking for a man. It's Jordan. Fires to the middle. Hauls it in. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. They're just marching in and already threatening in the red zone. It's first and 10 from the 20. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, oh man, and it's a play like that, a tackle by the linebacker that just galvanizes and energizes your entire team. I mean, the sideline even, David, they were going crazy after that hit.
Everybody goes nuts. And listen, when you have a linebacker that plays physical and downhill like that with bad intentions, that's usually a good starting point for a great defense.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. He's looking downfield to throw. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. They'll play it safe and try for 3. The holder's going to line it up right at the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Just drives it between the uprights. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute. They put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here early on the road. That's impressive.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
They get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it. Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. Wants to throw. It's Braxton. It's picked off, threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Owls!
And the free safety roaming in the middle of the field, you can see just reading the quarterback's eyes. And how about the break on the football, taking a great angle. And then do some damage and make the big play for this defense to score some points.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field.
Going over the top. And that pass intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Jordan. He'll take a deep shot here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Florida Atlantic will have to send out the punt team. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game. He uncorks one deep. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
At the 35, he's open. Off he goes. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. From the gun, the running back has it. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Quarterback adapting. He's going to let one go back to the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. To the air, it's Braxton. Might be looking to run. Shakes off the tackle. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Trying to find his man on first down. Getting some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. And the Volunteers want to move quickly. He's looking for a man on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him over.
Makes the grab on the left. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Handoff to the fullback. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tennessee!
Yeah, that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. They're trying to get to it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, the quarterback was in a world of trouble there. He was under pressure. He knew he was going to get hit, so he was just trying to get rid of it, but he forced it into double coverage. He's lucky that was only an incompletion.
Got his man on the right. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Waddle. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg.
Florida Atlantic, 13, Tennessee, 7.
And the Vols will kick it off to start the second half. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got the back over the middle. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. To the ground with the back. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. And the Owls moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it.
And how nice has it been to have a big physical quarterback like this guy, right? You got 4th and short, quarterback sneak, everybody knows it, but he's just plowing into that offensive line and driving his legs, pushing forward to pick up the first down.
Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And I'm going to keep finding these matchups with my great players in the slot so they can go get me big plays like this. I create matchup nightmares for a defense, and I get it to one of my best players consistently.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
Fires to the right. Got his man. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The offense lining up for a first down play.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Florida Atlantic 13.
Florida Atlantic goes to work with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And the defense makes the tackle, but not before he gets down to the 2. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll try the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. They're going to run it. Worked on the touchdown. Might as well do the same thing on the 2-point conversion. He gets all 8 points on that trip. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to...
Gonna let it fly. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve his field position.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice.